Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me today. My name is General Confusion, and this is Missionforce Cyberstorm. So I'm actually on the mission briefing page because I'm just about to start another mining mission to get some more cash. I've decided that I'm going to be loading up a few lighter hercs for missions like this in the future, for missions where I don't need my heavy hitters, basically, and just so I can kind of pad out my numbers. It's a 1 month mission, which is nice, so it won't hurt my bioterms much. It has a 41,000 credit bonus, and we're just going to get in and basically kill all the cybrids and steal all of their ore. So this planet is Dobo, which we have not been to before. This has a little bit of interesting background here in the corporate mythos of the Splinter faction that discovered this system. So apparently, it was a splinter group of Unitech that discovered this system in the first place. They had their own little mythology. This is it's practically Roman sounding. Odon and Dobo were the sons of a great leader, Dorn, who was assassinated by his rivals. The sons destroyed all of Dorn's enemies and then stood vigil at his tomb until his return. And Dobo meant the aggressive one, so this is named after some corporate leader's son. Fascinating. So we have deep ravines and pits, gravity is about 100%, no atmosphere, and missiles don't work. So our main damage mechanism, the missiles that we use to kill people after their shields are down, just don't function here. We're going to have to rely on cannons and neutron beam weapons.
Earthbase. Launch initiate.
So let's look for ore. We have a big ore field right over here. So we're in rough terrain right now. There's rough ground, hard ground, smooth ground. The rough ground is much, much harder to move across, and the cinders here make movement nearly impossible across them. So what I'm going to do is, over on this direction we have a ravine heading that way. We're going to put death into cover. So these missile SPXs just don't work. All I have is the SP-1200s and the NBW. And similarly, those missile HKs won't work. We're going to put our combat units over here, basically. Or at least some of them. We'll put Sir Kai actually down in that hole, where he can be safe. We'll have Death and Pestilence looking this way to provide cover. And we'll have Mr. Miyagi go over to start mining. No cybrids seen.
Systems. Shields.
With cover from war on this side.
Movement.
Can he get in the hole? No, he cannot reach the hole. Darn. And famine over here.
Movement. Shields.
Belphegor, meanwhile, will get in this hole.
Movement.
And provide cover from that side. While Fast Shadow, piloted by Kyoko,
Systems.
runs over to do some mining as well. Okay, that was an Arachnus V3 shooting at Pestilence.
Enemy detected.
There's a Malignus V3. Even ground, impact crater, even ground. Okay, so missiles don't work. Without missiles working, that Malignus is not terribly, terribly dangerous. Let's get the giant up.
Weapon reloaded.
Fire some devastators.
Weapons unresponsive.
Come on. Break those shields down. There we go. I should have loaded up Sir Kai with some actual, cannons for this mission.
Weapon reloading. Weapon reloading.
But as you can see, that Malignus V3 actually does have pulse lasers now. We'll hit him with some mortars. Just for laughs.
Movement. Systems.
Shields forward. Move Pestilence up to soak fire. Bring Death around. Down like that. Aha, there's the enemy. So this Hades is still going to be dangerous because the Hades still has lasers and plasma cannons. Okay, that didn't quite kill the Arachnus, sadly. But so we found the cybrids. And you can note, even when we're moving across, the really rough ground here, with those matter conversion reactors and the anti-gravity units, our movement is very significant. We're fast now. Even the Reapers, who are not fast Hercs, typically speaking. Sure, let's take a few pot shots at long range. There we go, that was a hit.
Shields.
And you all just keep, making that money.
Objective achieved.
And, Kyoko's Fast Shadow, with its 800 plus speed rating, is just incredibly mobile at this point. So V3 is where Spectres actually become dangerous again, because that Spectre is equipped with EMP beamers, which are obsolete technology at this point, but still respectable. I'm going to move up here just to prevent him from stealing that ore. That's a Genocide V2. And do as much damage as possible. Can I hit him with Devastators? 42% chance. You hop up there. Kill him. Kill him. And kill him.
Shields.
Good job, everybody. Before we kill that last Cybrid, let's make sure we've mined out as much as we can this turn. Okay, so yeah, we're just mining out as much as we can this turn, just to make sure that we make as much money as possible if this ends the scenario. Well, we're actually not going to kill him this turn anyway.
Weapon
Because, of course,
recharging.
without missils,
Shields.
our damage-dealing capacity is significantly reduced. But we'll just bombard him with mortars.
Weapon recharging.
And he just chooses to crouch and accept his fate, I guess. Yep, there we go. Cybrid's eliminated. Yay, 70,000 credits.
Perk base.
Okay, so, if we go over here. So, let's talk about the Ogre. I mean, we have a few more upgrades we can do to our main men here. For example, we can give him a missile HK instead of that missile SPX he's been carrying around. You're good. You're now good. Death. We can give you missile HKs as well. You all have the matter conversion reactors. Alright, good. So we have 56,000 credits. So let's look at what we can do here. We have the improved drive, matter conversion reactor, iridium battery, shield 1500, sensor. Advanced crystal sensor, probably worth getting for the sensing over obstacles, because we want him to be able to operate independently insofar as possible. Now, the L1000 targeting computer, also not too expensive, 2400. We are looking to save pennies on this Ogre, so we might go down to the Q11A or maybe even the Q11, which is half the cost. 18% versus 27% is a significant downgrade, but we'll stick with the Q11. And for life support, we're actually only going to upgrade life support to the first one that gives us a stability boost, which is the reactive. Now, for weapons. We can mount SP-800 PL-GATs on Ogres. They're small enough weapons that they can do that. Unfortunately, they're also short range, and we want as much range as we can get. We can mount NBWs, or we can mount SP-750s. SP-750s are a pretty decent choice, especially for shield busting, but if we want this Herc to be able to operate independently, we'll probably want the NBW, just because it can also do damage to armor. It does require the advanced tech skill. In these lower slots, we can only mount very small weapons. So we could mount thermal lances for very close range killing power. We could mount fusion flamers, which would do respectable damage, but only at a range of 9. Or we could mount neutron guns, which are long range and do damage versus armor. So I think what I'm going to do to equip this Herc is I'm going to have a neutron gun, an SP-500, and then 2 SP-750s, and 90mm accelerator cannons. So the 90mm accelerated cannons and the neutron gun provide anti-armor punch. The SP500 and the two SP750s provide anti-shield punch. This ogre should be able to take down small cybrids, assuming it hits with its firepower. We're not going to give it true nano repair. We're going to give it partial nano repair, 250%. If it needs more than that, it's probably dead anyway. We are going to give it an anti-gravity unit. No overdrive node, the anti-gravity unit will be enough. An improved extractor, because this is meant to be an independent mining herc. And an ECM unit. Yeah, we'll give it a variable pulse ghoster. Okay, so now, this herc, we can also reinforce the legs. And that brings strength from... It doubles the durability of the legs, which are very, very valuable to not have destroyed. In case of, you know, a herc that you actually want walking around and accomplishing things. So now we have this kind of light raider-type herc. It can mine, it can evade shots, it has a speed rating twice that of our heavy hercs, so it can flank effectively. And we can deploy it independently. It can deal with light enemies by itself. In packs, this herc could even deal with nihilists. So I'm actually going to save this herc configuration. We're going to call it the Raider for now. And then let's go over here and see how much that costs total. So the Raider configuration overall costs 85,883 credits. A little more expensive than I was thinking. But basically, we could buy one of these ogres almost one every successful mission. So if we lose one on a mission, yeah, well, okay, maybe we can make it a little bit cheaper. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I've changed the herc configuration, we've downgraded some things, we've shuffled some things around, we've saved a significant amount of money. I've dubbed it the Bandit. We have Didrate armor instead of Tri-Dye. I've unreinforced the legs. We've changed some of the weapons around a little bit. In particular, we've replaced those 90mm with LPGs, so that has saved us some money there. If we go see how much that one costs, the Bandit costs only 65,000, so we can literally buy a Bandit for every successful mission in this system, pretty much. It still has the pulse lasers, the neutron gun, a light pulse laser, and then 2 particle guns, so it can deal with light cybrids by itself. Bioderm-wise, Bandit needs a Bioderm with advanced tech and energy skill, as well as piloting, because it is very fast. Jan is a decent choice. Advanced tech is decent, energy is good, piloting is middling. Kyoko, also actually a decent choice. Piloting, energy, and advanced tech, all reasonable. Nora would be a good one, although advanced tech a little bit low, but her piloting is significantly higher. Persis would also work. That has a higher piloting skill. Plasma and missile are very low, but we don't want plasma or missile. We don't need those. Koras would also work. Kadisha, advanced tech too low. Borak, energy too low. Jamax is a possibility. And probably Jath is the best bet. So let's go with the Jath. So we're going to upgrade piloting, energy, and advanced tech. Now, Jath is a command bioderm as well, which we're paying a little bit extra for and we don't honestly need, but you know what? Oh well. So advanced tech, very good. Energy, mediocre. But we'll get better with that, with experience. So we will link Jath to Bandit, and we now have an independently capable, light, raiding, mining type herc. So if we go on a mine ore mission, we can send it off in a different direction. Ooh, there's a 70,000 credit mining ore mission on Morav. Cyber presence is significant, but you know what? That'll be okay. Let's go. Okay, so we have some cybrids on the map right from the start. A Nihilist V1, a Spectre V2, another Spectre V2. Unfortunately, we are down in the water. It's a good thing we can get out of that immediately. Yeah, I know, adjust the shield facing. That's what that does. Hit chance there, low, even lower. Not great. I think we're going to pop up to improve our hit chances. I want to kill that Spectre so he doesn't mine any ore, but the Nihilist is the bigger threat at the moment. So we're just gonna drop a couple HK missiles on him. Then kill that Spectre as well. Okay. So, with the matter conversion reactors, as you can see, movement really is pretty easy now. And he's dead. Okay. So we've dealt with 3 Cybrids. Move down there, see what else we have. We also have a Cerberus V4. I don't remember what weapons that Cerberus V4 is going to have. But a V4 Cybrid is sure to be armed with something pretty nasty. Okay, pulse lasers for one. Oh, he moved. How much damage did that do? Not much. It must be a light pulse laser. Okay, he's dead. Good. Bandit is going to head for the mines.
Movement. Shields.
Fast Shadow here. Move over in this direction to see what it can see. Fast Shadow is at this point fast enough that I can actually move him way out like this and then have him run back into cover behind the other Hercs without worrying too much.
Movement. Shields.
So we've got him that way. We'll have Pestilence go right. Take a little bit of cover there. With Belphegor in support, our lighter Assault Herc.
Shields.
And Mr. Miyagi will accompany them. Mr. Miyagi does have, yeah, it does have anti-grav. You can turn anti-grav off if you want, for whatever reason. There's no reason to ever turn it off. Unless, I mean, maybe if you wanted to save the energy and you were on a planet with like 20% gravity. You can also turn off electric image displacers if you want to save energy. Okay, so no mining. Good. We stopped the Cybrids from stealing any of our delicious ore. And there are no Cybrids in this direction. So, Fast Shadow, you can start getting that money. And Bandit can also start getting money. Okay, so now we'll sweep right and left.
Warning, enemy detected.
Alright, there's a Malignus. That is a Malignus V1.
Shields.
Wow, interesting. A Malignus V1, a Hades V1, and a Parasite V1. So very, very old tech Cybrids. Not very dangerous at this point of the game.
Shields.
This guy. Kill him. And the Cybrids are eliminated. They said that was a significant Cybrid presence, but it wasn't really. I mean, we had the one high-tech Cerberus. Beyond that, it was all old Cybrids. I don't think that listing of, like, you know, the list that tells you, oh, Cybrid presence is significant or whatever, I don't think it actually takes into account the model of the Cybrids in question. And so it doesn't really give you an accurate representation of what the danger is going to be like, unfortunately. I wish it was better. We are going to, we got 100,000 credits from that mission. We're going to buy another bandit. Because I like having that speed available. We'll call this one Outlaw, just for a little bit of diversity. And then for Bioderms, let me see who's not linked right now. Borak is unlinked. He has a reasonable energy skill and decent advanced tech. Quabble is unlinked. I'm kind of saving Quabble. Quabble has pretty good skills across the board. He's in the 80s energy and missile and advanced tech, 76 piloting. I kind of want Quabble to stick around to pilot a big Herc. Raven is unlinked. Raven has 95 advanced tech. Only 65 energy, but 92 piloting. Yeah, we'll link Raven to Outlaw down there.
Herc base.
Alright, so now we're up to 10 Hercs out of our maximum of 15, and we only have 13 Bioderms out of our maximum of 23. We have a lot of room to grow. We're probably going to get another Reaper, and we'll be getting promoted pretty soon again as well. Let's look at a Our ogres won't be at their best in quick assaults, but they will add a little bit of damage dealing. They won't be able to soak much damage, so we're going to have to use them carefully. But let's try a quick assault. We could attack the Cyber CC, but I don't think we're ready for that yet. But let's do one of these quick assaults on Morav. These are actually identical looking missions. So we know there to be a distinct cyber presence. Only 44,000 credits, interestingly. And we've been on Morav before, so let's try it out.
Launch initiate.
Okay, so quick assault. Let's see what we've got. We are intermixed with the Cybrids. We have 2 Nihilises and a Parasite V1 right in the middle of us. We have a Hades V2 and a Cerberus V3 off to the flanks, a Parasite V2 and a Cerberus V3 up there, 2 Genocides down there. So, first off, we're going to get rid of this Parasite. Okay, Parasite gotten rid of. Next, we're going to get rid of this Nihilus.
Shields.
Nihilus got rid of. This guy can just step out there to be on the same facing. Oh, come on. I hate it when they turn around after you've clicked the button, but before the weapon actually fires. It's the worst.
Movement.
Okay, so we've gotten rid of everybody that's in the middle of our formation. Now we can pretty much just choose a flank to destroy. I am going to choose to destroy these guys and then try to wrap them up. Genocides, well, Genocides V3, pretty dangerous actually. I do want to get rid of this Hades, because the Hades is going to be a problem. Okay, great. Way to miss, Malwan. Way to miss when I needed you not to. We'll drop a missile on him. He's dead. He turned around. That's unfortunate and sad. We're gonna get Outlaw up there to finish off his shield so that we can hit him with a missile. Didn't quite kill him, but that well. Now, Outlaw can crossfire at that Genocide. So the Genocide V3s are armed with EMP beamers, which are at this point old tech, but still dangerous. Belphegor still has all his guns. You fired everything, you fired everything. Bandit still has a couple of pulse lasers as well. And in turning like that, fortunately, he exposed a weakened shield facing to Belphegor. Devastators are very old technology as well at this point. We're going to hit him with mortars just to lower his shield as much as we can overall.
Shields.
That did pretty reasonable damage. You have an LPG and a neutron gun. Belphegor. Okay, we broke a shield, but then he turned. Unfortunate. So you get down there and crouch,
Shields.
where you won't be under much fire. You back up over there and crouch, where you won't be under much fire. The rest of you will be fine, except for you. You need to run, like, way over there.
Movement.
And you, actually, you haven't shot at all. Could you, like, just finish off his shields? Yes, you can. There we go. One turn, absolute destruction. That is the benefit of having more Hercs. Basically, those ogres, although they're not very soaky, they can't tank much damage. They add a relatively outsized amount of damage to our fighting capabilities. So just having them really does improve our ability to inflict destruction on the enemies. We're back up to 109,000 credits. I'm actually going to buy another Reaper because I have Tarn sitting around. And Ogre, why is that just called Ogre? It should be called something else. Anyway, whatever, I'm going to ignore that because I'm going to buy a Reaper. I have Tarn sitting around back at base, and we are going to give him a Reaper. The Didrate, we're going to stick with the Didrate. The Tri-Die Excellent protection against everything but ballistic and missile weapons. I talked about that earlier, just not a good idea. Okay, so we've done all the upgrades we can on that new Reaper right at the moment. We've got all the basics up here, we've got all the basics here in systems. We've only upgraded life support to Bioenviron once again because frankly we just don't need liquid life. His weapons are only partially upgraded. He has a 750, a 1200, a 500 right here, which is just not very powerful. Katyusha and Missile Sat in his missile slots. He does have an MBW, so he's not ready for prime time by any means. But we did spend all of our money so far, so he still has another, 60 or 80,000 creds need to be invested in him. In other words, the price of another outlaw or bandit class ogre need to be invested in him to make him ready for prime time. But I am, I think, about done with this episode. We could go on one more mission, but I don't really want to run a lot over, so it's all quick assaults at this point. We have another quick assault on Morav we could go on. It would probably be almost exactly like that last one, just with the cybrids distributed a little differently. Since it's, same planet, same bonus, all of that. We could go mine some ore. Have we been to Kabulov yet? Kabulov. Yes, we have. This is the one that renders anti-grav inoperable, but its gravity is already low, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So I think I'm going to cut it here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, my viewers, and the fact that you stop in to watch me play these games that I remember from my childhood and yammer about them incessantly. So thank you once again. If you liked this video, leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel, and more content like this will be coming your way on the regular. And I will see you in the next one.